So, if you guys are unaware, we've had an entire situation happening over at the UK. We talked about this with Nexus Mods when Nexus Mods announced that they were going to be gatekeeping not safe for work stuff, porn, whatever mods. They were going to gatekeep it behind more hardcore age verification. And they were doing this for their UK users. And a lot of people back then were asking, well, what does that mean? How are you going to verify people's age? And we came up with a whole bunch of theories. Some people said, maybe they'll ask you to upload a picture of your ID. Other people said maybe they'll have you take a selfie, right? You never know what it might be. Well, apparently, we now know what it is. They are asking you to take pictures of yourself with age verification, and an AI or a system is going to determine whether or not you are of age to see whatever adult mods are on Nexus Mods. Okay, no problem. Except the issue now, aside from obvious, potential doxing and all that stuff, the issue now is that this entire thing has been defeated by Hideo Kojima. Not on purpose, but just happened to be that way. So apparently, if you utilize Death Stranding's photo mode, you will bypass the entire measure completely that was introduced with the UK's Online Safety Act. And they tried it, and it works. And we got screenshots to prove it. It's an absolute hilarious story, and we got to go over it. So as you can see, we got a screenshot here of someone utilizing their phone to selfie cam Norman Reedus in Death Stranding, right? And you know what's funny? When we talked about this with Nexus Bots, I specifically remember saying and questioning what is going to happen, what is going to stop people from taking pictures of like online characters or even their parents, right? Whatever. Like, what is going to stop people from taking a selfie of something else and the system not being able to recognize it? I feel like it's going to be very difficult for that to happen. How is it going to be able to distinguish between that? And Death Stranding has such realistic imagery. You guys know we just played Death Stranding on Griffcast. We beat the game. The game looks unbelievably realistic. It's insane how good that game looks. So I'm not surprised to see this, identity thing get fooled by Death Stranding. But let's check it out. Today saw the full introduction of the requirements outlined in the Online Safety Act in the UK, requiring robust age checks for users to access adult content online. It's so funny. When we were talking about this stuff, about a month or two ago, it's so interesting because we were saying, wow, there seems to be a little bit of a targeted hit on adult content on some of these websites, right? And lo and behold, now look at us. We're dealing with collective shout. We're dealing with payment processors. We're dealing with not safe for work games being censored and whatnot from itch.io and also Steam. We're dealing with all this now because, again, the dominoes, once they fall pretty fast. All shit rolls downhill very quickly, right? So this is what we're dealing with here. But anyway, this all started back when Nexus Bots announced that whole nonsense. But earlier today, our James, which works at this particular website, stumbled across people using Sam Porter Bridges selfies to bypass Discord's age verification from this post from Danny Sturkoff on X. Naturally, we thought to take this infiltration method for a spin. The result? James was able to bypass the new verification system and exfiltrate key not safe for work data without alerting the system to intrusion. They did it in the name of science. So look at this, man. Look at this absolute joke of a system. So you guys can see on the left, they tried to take a picture with Sam Porter Bridges and his mouth open, and it says, close your mouth. So they closed the mouth in the photo mode, and it says estimating your age. And then on the right side, it says your age has been verified. That is wild, man. And I told people this was going to happen, where they were going to rush out this age verification nonsense, and it was going to be so easy to fool, so easy to trick. And now that people know this works, obviously they're gonna all do it. This is the problem, right? The problem comes down to parenting, because realistically, obviously, underage people should not be looking at not safe for work stuff, right? I feel like that's obvious at this point. But they are going to find ways to try to lie and get what they want to get. I mean, that's just the truth of it. And it's up to the parents to try to stop it to the best of their ability. But this is going to be a very easy workaround for all of this, right? This is an absolute fucking hilarious situation. So basically, it worked. They're enjoying smutty Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, wait a second. Can I just call out the absolute hypocrisy here? of PC Gamer talking about the fact that they're enjoying smutty Baldur's Gate 3 fan fictions on Discord again. Meanwhile, they are the ones complaining about games like Wu Chang and Stellar Blade. Can we just take a moment of silence for the absolute ridiculous hypocrisy and irony of this entire situation? Okay, good. Now that we did that, now that we couldn't anyways, we're all 18 or older here. Well, we can't tell by the way you write. Nor are we telling you to circumvent these restrictions. Adult content is for adults, but it is a fun. Oh, is it really? Because not according to the feminists, but anyway. But it is the fun hack and a good way of keeping your actual face far away from Discord's age verification system. KID is able to verify users in one of two ways: face scan or scan ID. Oh, so wow, we were on the nose with our assumptions. We said that it was going to be either you scan your ID or you scan your face. Well, lo and behold, that is actually the two ways that you get to verify your age with the UK Online Safety Act. We called it. We called it one for one. This is amazing. So face scan or scan ID. The latter is fairly self-explanatory, but the former uses checks to verify how old you look to see if you're good to view whatever adult content you're hoping to view. Discord essentially demands age verification for the following stuff: when unblurring or changing settings for Discord sensitive media filter, when changing message request settings, when trying to access age restricted 18 plus channels. Now, KID claims it does not permanently store any videos, selfies, or personal identified documents after your age is confirmed. So say at the Discord support page. How many of you people watching this video right now believe a single word of that? Do you believe that they don't keep your pictures? Do you believe they don't keep your information? Do you sincerely believe they're not going to keep any of the stuff that they take pictures of? Of course they're going to keep that shit. Of course they're going to sell your data. Of course they are, man. This is what they're after. They're after the information. They're after the data. And especially now that this is more governmentally issued with the UK and specifically, of course they're going to keep this shit. Of course they would love to do that. But that means it's not the end of the world if you did upload your actual face, in theory. Though I understand some aren't too comfortable with that prospect either way. That also means it won't know you use Sam Porter's face once you're verified, as it has no way of checking the record, so to speak. The method requires a phone for the Discord age verification, opening Death Stranding's photo mode, and preparing a close-up of Sam Porter, played by one Norman Reedus. So congratulations to Norman Reedus. I guess he's old enough to either use adult mods or play adult games or whatever. The KID Discord ID verification is designed to weed out would-be imposters and ask users to open and close their mouth to verify they're a real person. Wait, really? Thanks to Gojiba's attention to detail, that's easy enough in Death Stranding, as Sam's expression bar lets you pick through facial expressions. I would really love to see if someone is able to do this with Eve from Stellar Blade, because Eve also has a photo mode, and Eve also can change her facial expressions, open and close her mouth, all that stuff. So I would be curious to see if Eve can actually successfully get through the age verification. I would be very curious. This requirement for facial movement appears to weed out, say, using an image of a game character on the cover of PC Gamer magazine, but it's not much of an issue for games or even AI to circumvent. We determined you're in the adult age group. We weren't sure whether it would work for us because Sam was wearing his otter cap in our James save file, but it worked just fine and took about 30 seconds from start to finish. 30 seconds for infiltration and another 30 for Baldur's Gate 3 fanfic data exfiltration. Again, how obsessed they are with Baldur's Gate 3 porn. I can never take them seriously. Like, you guys are the first ones to complain about anything that's actually like heterosexual, anything that's normal. Like, you guys complain about Eve, you guys complain about fucking Wu Chang, you guys complain about literally everything, but then you're over here going crazy and gooning for Baldur's Gate 3 every single time. And then you want people to not even recognize it. You want people to think like, oh, well, you're allowed to do it, but other people can't. It's so ridiculous, man. It is really, truly insane. So I thought this was a funny story that I wanted to share with you. I thought people would get a laugh at it. Apparently, the big bad government of the UK got completely felted by Hideo Kojima. And I thought it was a funny story. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Do you think that this is going to be very easily abused even after they try to fix it? Or do you think this is going to be a one and done situation and they're going to get it fixed pretty quickly? Whatever that may be, leave a thought down below. Thank you so much for watching the video. And if you enjoyed it, hit the like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.